Welcome to the Micheaux Mission. 2 men, 1 podcast, every black film ever made. My name is Lynn, and as always, I'm joined by my partner.
Hey, this is Vincent Williams.
Tonight on the Micheaux Mission, as we walk into the month of March, we are taking a look at a film that Vincent has selected for us. It is from 1999, and it is by that venerable director, Charles Burnett.
Yes.
And it stars 2 unlikely co-stars, James Earl Jones and Lynn Redgrave.
Yes.
With Margot Kidder along for the ride.
Along for the ride.
In The Annihilation of Fish.
Yes.
Tonight's stop on the Micheaux Mission as we are coming to you on YouTube and everywhere that you find good podcasts such as ours. Hello, missionaries.
Good evening, one and all.
Vincent, how you doing?
I'm fine. Going into March.
Yes. Yeah, but going into March is, it's rough.
Yeah.
The times are rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was thinking about, I was talking to someone who was actually thinking about doing podcasting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were having trouble focusing in on the podcast that they wanted to do.
Okay.
Not because they don't have the idea planned out.
Okay.
But because of the state of the world right now.
Right.
They felt like it was, what was the word they said? They felt like it was almost selfish of them to be thinking about doing something for themselves instead of like focusing on trying to
what?
To do something, to change what's going on. And the one thing I told them is that, you know what? You look at your podcast as you focusing on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get that podcast out there, someone's going to look at it as this is exactly what I need right now.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Don't let that stop you.
Don't let that up. Yeah,
you
absolutely.
got to keep moving forward.
Unless you were talking to Spider-Man. If you were talking to Spider-Man, he should be doing something more than podcasting. But if it wasn't Spider-Man, you are absolutely correct.
You know what? What could Spider-Man do in the world such as it is today?
Spin a web.
Any size.
Any size. So there's that. Listen, bud, he's got radioactive blood.
Yes. Hey, look overhead. We could do this all
right, but Spider-Man could be doing more than this.
I guess Spider-Man could be.
But if you weren't talking to Spider-Man.
And I was not talking to Spider-Man.
Okay, then carry on.
I was not talking to Spider-Man. No. All right. Well, that slight diversion.
Yes.
Averted. It is. Let's get into the show.
Yes.
Which, as always, starts with hearing from you.
Yes.
Or your emails.
Yes.
That we call
Missives from the Missionaries. So what else is going on, Lynn?
We have emails, Vincent.
Ooh, missives from the missionaries. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, missives from the missionaries.
All right, Vincent, we have an email from our good friend George Carmona.
Hey, what's up, George? Just saw George.
We did.
Through the power of computers.
Yes, we did. Had a good time with George.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gents and missionaries, loved the Alien review.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in and out with this franchise. I'm more of a fan of the Predator movies, but as always, love your views on it. My Alien story starts with my great aunt buying my 8-year-old self the Alien action figure for Christmas. The thing scared me so much I had it as far away from my bed, flanked by Godzilla and Mothra.
Yeah.
To this day, I've never asked her what she was thinking. Flash forward to the early 2000s and a screening of Alien that I took my 13-year-old godson to. This motherfather would not shut up about how corny this was and how trash the tech is. Blah, 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 until the scene with Tom Skerritt in the air ducts and the alien jump scare got him screaming like a baby. About a week later, I was working at the Borders on Park Avenue in the sci-fi section. Shocker. Think about his scream when a customer asked for some help. That customer, Ripley herself, Sigourney Weaver.
Nice.
Top 5 celebrity encounters at that location. That is a good celebrity encounter.
Yeah.
Have you ever? I don't know. Have we outside of Octavia Butler? Have we talked about? Have you had a celebrity encounter?
No, that's.
Does that be the most famous person you've?
That's the most famous person. I mean, you know, besides like
us
or who we've talked to here on the podcast.
Okay,
like we've had lovely experiences with the Mystics and Omar Dorsey and you know.
Yes.
Ryan Sands.
And of course with
Bill Duke. Yeah, and everyone has been absolutely lovely. Like we've never had a terrible experience.
No.
So, you know, knock on wood.
Right. But outside of the show, that Octavia Butler.
Octavia Butler is my big one.
Yeah. I think, well, outside of podcasting, because my big one was still podcast related, with all respect, like you said, to the Mystics and Dorsey and everyone I've met here, but with Black Tribbles, actually sat down with Nichelle Nichols.
Yeah, you've talked about that. And, you know, Tony Todd.
And Tony Todd.
You know, we both.
Oh, God, Tony Todd.
Yeah.
Tony's crazy. But outside of show, the most famous person I've met was, I guess it probably was Dr. J.
Okay.
And I met him twice.
Yeah. I met Shirley Ralph.
Okay.
And she was absolutely lovely. There is a picture of me as a child. I don't remember this. When Harbor Place opened in Baltimore, we met Oprah Winfrey.
Okay.
So there's a picture of me and my siblings, and Damon's actually damn near a baby.
Right.
Because she's holding him and he's crying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, you know what? And I did meet Erica Alexander. I don't even think of her as a celebrity because I met her a couple of times.
Right.
And the one time that I did meet her outside of a play on Broadway, we commiserated that we could have gone to the prom at the same time.
Sure.
So we took a picture as if we were on a prom.
Sure.
So that was
Cool. There you go. Well, there you go.
There you go.
Let's hear it for celebrities who use their powers for good.
Yes. I'm going to finish George Carmona's email. He says, as we are on the road to 500 episodes.
Yes, we are.
Scheduled to hit sometime in July. Episode 499 should be a recap/clip episode. One of you can get bit by a space bug, and the only way to save you is revisiting favorite shows, movies, and guests. Maybe even get an official Radio Raheem stat of your love-hate of the movies you've reviewed. As for 500, I like the idea of a Micheaux Mission mulligan where you revisit a previous review. As always, long live the mission. George Carmona.
Right. Only thing I would add to that, I would rather we get trapped in an elevator. And then we start recapping and say, remember that time? Boy, that was a sticky pickle. And then they showed like they used to do with the old school clip shows, like the bottle episodes.
Yes, but why do you want it to be in the elevator?
They always would get trapped in an elevator. Like they get trapped in a small space. You know, they like tape the framing sequence, and then the whole thing was clips.
Yeah, I get that. But
I always felt like an elevator was involved in a lot of those episodes. Like people got trapped in the elevator. Strangely enough, the Sanford and Son clip episode that I always think about, they're camping and they get lost.
That's strange.
Yeah, and they're just sitting on this back lot that clearly is a back lot, but it's set up like a campground, and they start talking
Reminiscing.
about reminiscing.
But I don't mind the idea of a clip show for $4.99.
Sure. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
we'll throw it in. We'll throw it in the hopper.
Yeah,
Throw it in the hopper.
All right, that burning embers of Hopper that we talked about.
Yeah, but thank you, George.
He mentions about the possibility for 500 revisiting a previous review, and I do want to say that on Patreon, new Patreon patron Lisa Alexander.
Hey, Lisa. Thank you,
She
Lisa.
recommended that we do. I just do the right thing.
You know, do the right thing is well, that's not a redo. We've never done do the right thing.
I always think that we've done it, but
we've never done do the right thing.
We've talked about it.
We've
so
talked
much.
about, do the right thing is my horizon.
I mean, but 500.
Like I'm scared to touch do the right thing.
500 is
1,000 is better. It's going to take a lot to convince me to do the right thing. Like a lot. A lot.
What if we? Okay. I know not just any guest.
Yeah.
But what level of guest?
A cast member from Do the Right Thing.
Okay. All right.
And I don't mean like the girl in that gang with Martin Lawrence. Or like Pino. Like, let's just go ahead. Like John Turturro. Spike Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Samuel Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Giancarlo
Esposito.
Right.
I'll do it for Joie, just because I got a soft spot for Joie.
Rosie.
I don't know if I want to talk about Do the Right Thing with Rosie Perez.
I mean, she has a point of view on it.
And I don't want to talk to her about it.
Even though she's kind of reconciled with it.
Right. Quite honestly, if Rosie Perez was here, I'd be way more interested in talking about White Men Can't Jump.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, I might be done with cast members. John Gouverneur Smith.
Roger
Gouverneur Smith. I talk with him about Do the Right Thing.
Okay. Yeah, that may be actually it. I mean,
yeah.
Unfortunately, so many have passed.
I know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So Do the Right Thing is
Ernest Dickerson.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if we're able to line up any of them.
Right. Because even Ruth Carter, I'd want to talk to her about so many other things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily want to talk to her. If we got Ruth Carter, that would be a very special episode of Micheaux Mission because we're talking about all her movies. We're talking about everything.
Look, I could talk to her for 2 hours about Black Panther. Like just the most obvious one, but
okay.
Yeah, but yeah. So
all right. So
thank you, Lisa. But
Do the Right Thing is not.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like that's going to happen.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, when Do the Right Thing happens, you will know about it way before it happens.
Okay. All right. We got an email from Belinda Silber.
Hey, what's up, Belinda?
I just want to give a shout out to one of my favorite Robert Duvall movies.
Okay.
The Apostle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It is one of the blackest non-black movies I think that I've ever seen. You don't have to read this email on air. Too late. I have a friend who was a first lady, and she and her pastor husband would never go to the movies for obvious reasons. I saw The Apostle and told her, if you don't like this movie, I'll give you your money back. They saw the movie. Later, I was at their house, and they surprised me because they had actually purchased The Apostle. It is the movie I recommend to all my more religious friends, and they love it. This movie was one of the most accurate portrayal of a certain type of black church that I have ever seen. The movie portrayed people I recognize. I do wish there was some way that you could talk about it on the show, but unless you do the blackest of the non-black movies,
I know
that will never happen. Thank you so
know.
much for reading, Belinda Silver.
Yeah, Belinda, I don't know if you heard when we talked about Robert Duvall. I 100% agree with you, and I've tried to do the math to bring the apostle here. Like, I really had, because I want her. I agree with her. Like, it feels like such a black church depiction, and you know, obviously the church he ends up taking over is primarily black, but you cannot get around. It's a Robert Duvall movie with black people in it.
I mean,
yeah,
true, but
I love the apostle.
Just to, you know, maybe put a little bit of ammunition behind your fight there. We did do Alien.
Yeah, but we shouldn't have done Alien.
Okay, but we did it.
Yeah, well, all right.
I mean, okay. The thing is,
you should be in the Department of War planning our foreign policy. We did some wrong shit before. Let's do some wronger shit.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that The Apostle is probably a blacker film than Alien.
Well, I don't know if it is, and I'm joking about Alien, but we talked about Alien and reading it as black. Plus, the spiritual successor to Alien, I'm going to just let you know some programming coming up. I'm going to just, because we're in March. We're moving into April.
Yes.
And I'm just going to say on air, my 2 picks for Octavia April, Nope.
Okay.
And Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea?
Deep Blue Sea.
Something tells me The Apostle's going to make it. If the Deep Blue Sea is making it to the mission, then The Apostle can make it to their mission.
It's a black movie, and it's a wonderful companion piece to Nope. But please continue. That's coming in April.
That's coming in April. Okay. You know who else is coming in April? We're going to have a return guest on April. Trinae Nori of City Cast Philly.
I know.
She's coming.
I know. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. And then I've got a surprise for you for May I Have Another Bad Black Movie. Oh, wait for that one. But
thank you, Belinda.
Thank you. We have one last email. This is from Michael Lockett.
Hey, what's up, Michael?
Len, Vince, my fellow missionaries, y'all done it again. I love it when I get a double shot of goodness from you two. Oh. Last week's film, Alien, although not a black film, is undoubtedly a sci-fi classic. There really aren't any drawbacks to this film or the franchise in general. I haven't started Alien Earth yet, but I imagine it's just as good as the rest of the IP. Yaphet Kotto gave a performance that I don't think I've seen a black person in sci-fi do outside of Keith David in The Thing.
That's a good call. They actually have a lot in common, the way they're characterized. I'm sorry, go ahead. I hadn't thought about that.
Michael continues, black people, when they can be fully realized characters, bring an irreplaceable element to every white-driven film project. The Wayback Machine dropped me off with you two as you reviewed Fame. I can't remember the last time I saw this film, but damn, it was gritty. Low down, gritty, and grimy.
Yes, it is.
And it's funny how no matter how a film is structured, some characters and storylines just stick with the majority of us. I had forgotten just how little substance Gene Anthony Ray, Leroy, and Irene Cara, Coco, had. Yeah. They weren't actually on screen all that much, and yet there's 2 storylines stick out for everybody who remembers this film. And it's probably because those were the characters that would live on most prominently in the TV series.
Yeah, but to his point, I think part of the reason they were transposed to the TV series is because they popped so much in the movie.
Right.
Like, this wasn't a retroactive, people like went back and found them. Like to Michael's point, I think they popped, I think Gene Anthony Ray pops just the sheer talent. And then Irene Cara's storyline is just terrible.
Yes.
Like that image at the end with her and the photographer is talk about gritty. So
yeah. Michael continues, as I watch the NAACP Awards, which is the one award show that I will actually sit through now, it dawned on me that we just saw some magic in 2025. Ryan Coogler's Sinners is akin to, and his deal in regards to Sinners, is akin to Prince writing Slave on his face to get back his masters. Coogler getting to own this monster film outright after a period of time is beautiful justice, especially now seeing who owns Warner Bros. And its properties. Talk about it.
Yep.
This thought brings me to a question for you too. Are there other financial or ownership structures you two think current black artists should throw the gauntlet down to make happen for future generations of creators across the myriad of art and creativity? All the best, Michael Lockett. Well, first of all, in regards to Warner Brothers, I am waiting, just sitting back, waiting. I give it 3 years tops before everybody is saying how much of a bad deal they made with going with Paramount. They just strictly went for the money, took the money and ran, and is going to crush Hollywood. They're going to, it's something like, they're saying something like maybe between 16 to possibly $20 million in layoffs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I think that a winning company such as Netflix would have been a much better shepherd for Warner Brothers, for their IP, for even for their movies, because they said it ad nauseum. We're going after you because this looks like an opportunity to get into the theater business, and we want to go with you.
Yeah.
Y'all want to go with them? All right. I'm waiting 3 years tops. Everybody's going to be talking about how bad a deal this is.
And by everybody's going to be talking about it, they're going to be talking about it because this might be the death knell of theaters.
Yep.
And to Michael's point, if I had a substantial amount of money to invest in talking about black ownership, I would really shore up the distribution. And by distribution, streaming, apps to stream, like basically almost that Tubi model. I think.
What do you mean, like the like free just with advertising?
Free with advertising. I think everything is going to be decentralized sooner than later. You know, appropriately enough, this Warner Brothers deal, I think it's a death knell of theaters. I think more and more people are going to watch their entertainment on tablets.
They are.
On their phones, on these screens that we don't think about. I think the technology is getting to the point. I mean, I know we're all against AI and what we should be as a concept, but you know, I think AI is like fire. Fire can burn your house down, or it can heat your food. And I think at some point, the problem is the people in charge of the conversation are burn your house down people. But at some point, the artists are really going to see this as just another crayon.
Yeah, they're going to figure it out.
They're going to figure it out. I think we've talked already about this sort of star system, the way we've thought about it traditionally, is gone.
Yes.
It's funny. I follow a couple of sneakerhead sites and, you know, just sneaker culture. And one of the things that people are talking about is that a lot of sneaker culture has collapsed.
Really?
Yeah. And you look at you know, the prices for sneakers and this and the other. And what nobody wants to say out loud that often is that the collectors came in, the businesses came in and priced out
okay.
the real tastemakers.
Got you.
Which frankly is black people. Like
of
urban,
course, it
urban
always
black.
is.
Right. So that without that it factor, without that spark, the whole thing has collapsed.
Okay.
And I do think that if you can cater to actual tastemakers with the streaming service, with something that either doesn't have a subscription fee, like you said, maybe supported by ads, I would funnel all of my money into that.
Well, I believe, in looking at this question, that what needs to happen is, and I think you're right here, and it's the story of oldest time. We always should have done it. We need ownership.
Yeah.
Of the distribution. We need the people that with the means to unite on one platform, one streaming platform for your movie and TVs, one streaming platform for your music. If you want to do them all on one platform, I don't care. You do that. All of them need to do that. Then there needs to be two other things that need to happen. We, and I mean collectively, the black people who are the consumers, we need to support that initiative, that app, that streaming service, whatever it is. We need to support it with our dollars, and be more intentional about supporting that black entertainers, that black entertainment that is being made, and we have to value the art to the point that we won't try and pirate it.
Right.
We won't share passwords.
Sure.
That we actually buy in.
You know what?
And as a collective.
I'm going to push back a little against that. I think that has to be calculated as part of the equation. Like, I think there's always going to be there's always going to be a black market. But the thing about the black market and quote unquote what is cool is that has a place too in the dynamic. I think part of that calculation is that you have to make sure this is something that people see value in.
Yes.
I think a lot of times what happens, and you see it happening right now, just to switch medium real quick, like the comic sphere, where people are kind of pirating comics and pirating all this stuff. There are not enough people who see value in it. Like, you want to charge these prices, and then the product that you give me is just not worth it. So I'm just going to stream it. I'm just going to pirate it and steal it. But I think even that, to a certain extent, has value, because
the stealing of it,
you get people talking about it, you get it in the conversation, and people like us will buy it. People like us will stream it. I don't think you're ever going to get rid of that.
You're never going to get rid of it, but we have to more than not do that.
But I think if you put forth a quality product and you say, this is for us, this is moving things forward, I think more than enough of us will support it.
Okay, I hope so.
Yeah.
I either way, these are all pie in the sky.
Oh yeah,
but I think the most pie in the sky is that if we're going to pirate, if we're going to have this black market, then let the black market be other people's shit.
No. I
not
hear you.
Our shit.
I hear you,
You know
but
what I mean?
But I do think part of that is the price of doing business.
No, I understand that you have to factor that in.
Like if you,
But
no, I hear you though. But I think we spend a lot of time talking about that part of it in the negative,
mm-hmm.
and not the positive. Like I do think. I don't think we value our taste making enough.
No, we don't.
I don't think we talk about the fact that we drive this.
Mm-hmm.
We make it hot. We make it cool. And we spend so much time undervaluing. We spend so much time demonizing. We spend so much time saying you're just taking and you're not contributing. That we allow other stuff to come in, like we do it all the time. Like you look at sort of the podcasting, you look at the YouTube, you look at the. I mean, hell, we about to talk in however many minutes about a Charles Burnett film that was not in the theaters because some dumbass at Variety said they didn't like it. Like. We got to get it. We have to understand how much sway we have
mm-hmm.
as a people and as a culture, so that
Sure.
you are right. I just feel like we spend so much time talking about that. We don't talk about the fact that a lot of the demographic that pirates are also pushing what's hot out and pushing it forward. If that makes sense.
No,
and I'd rather talk about that because we've spent however long talking about the pirate and this and that. But like you said, that's sort of pie in the sky. At some point, people going to come and me and Lynn are going to get somebody who's going to come and invest in us and give us some money. And then we're going to really have this conversation.
Yeah. That's when we'll really have the conversation. Yeah. All right. That's been our emails.
Yes.
Thank you, each and every one of you. If you want to have your thoughts shared here on the show, please feel free. Email us at micheauxmission@gmail.com. That's MICHEAUX MISSION@gmail.com. And now it is time for the Game of Kings.
The Game of Kings.
6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin. All right, Vincent, 6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping it in theme.
Okay.
We are reviewing tonight The Annihilation of Fish.
We are.
Charles Burnett film starring James Earl Jones and one Lynn Redgrave.
Yes.
So in 6 films or less, connect D'Urville Martin to Lynn Redgrave.
I knew you were going to say Lynn Redgrave, and I did not look up any Lynn Redgrave stuff. Oh, my God. And the bad thing is I love Lynn Redgrave, but I realized, because I was running, I cannot remember why I love Lynn Redgrave.
I think it was from, I'm looking for it now. Didn't she have a short-lived TV show? I thought she did. I'm looking here. Maybe she didn't.
What was Lynn Redgrave? What's the last thing she was in before she passed?
Let's see. She passed in 2010. Yeah.
Lynn Redgrave.
The last thing she was in, she was the voice of Nancy, the greengrocer's wife, in My Dog Tulip.
All right. I mean, like an actual film.
That was an actual
Was
film.
that released in theaters?
Yes.
All right, what was she in that she won a voice?
Okay. She was in 2009's Confessions of a Shopaholic.
That's one of those chick flicky movies. Like it seems like something.
There it was. The show that she was in, House Calls. She had a TV show.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
And House Calls. Yeah. Oh yes. She was. Oh my God, it's coming back. I don't think it was that great, but it lasted 3 seasons. It was her and wait for it, Wayne Rogers, the original Trapper MD from MASH.
Was in this movie, the show you're talking about?
This TV show it was on, I believe it was on CBS. Yep, it was on CBS from 79 to 82. Lasted 3 seasons, 57 episodes, and she was British born, hospital administrator, and Wayne Rogers was the
Maverick Doctor.
The Maverick Doctor who became her love interest.
Yeah. I got nothing. I got nothing, Lynn. Because Confessions of a Shop Hall is one of those stupid movies that I remember it was like, this is actually a movie. It's like Kate Hudson in it. This seems suspiciously like something Kate Hudson would have been in.
Let's see. Who was in Confessions of a Shopaholic? It's definitely a movie I've never seen. Besides Lynn Redgrave. The star of this film
is someone Kate Hudson-y.
Kate Hudson-y.
Who is it?
This would not help you at all. Isla Fisher.
Right. Like one of these random, like every 5-6 years, they push some random ass white woman on me and try to convince me this is somebody that I should be paying attention to. Whatever happened to her?
I don't know. I don't know.
Remember they were trying to push her on us for like 2 years?
No, I don't. This is the first time I ever heard of them. I've never heard of this.
Yeah, all right. Give me something, Lynn Redgrave. I can.
Okay.
And I'm so angry.
Because you usually look up the people on the movie.
And I love Lynn Redgrave.
Doesn't it seem so?
Yeah.
You love her, but you can't even think
But
of.
I can't actually put my finger in. Yeah, I know. I know.
Maybe it was her appearance on the Muppet Show. Did you remember that?
It might be. Because she was one of those actresses that was just sort of around.
Yes, doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
None of which you seem to have seen.
Come on.
I'm going to give you one movie that she was in that I think maybe you would have seen.
All right.
Let me just make sure this is the movie that I think it is. Yes. Gods and Monsters.
I feel like I did see Gods and Monsters. I have no idea who was in Gods and Monsters. What's her 70s work?
Okie dokie. Let's go to Lynn Redgrave.
What's her big 70s?
In the 70s. In the 70s. Lynn Redgrave.
I'm actually surprised she didn't show up in a Harry Potter movie.
Well, I mean, by then she was a little bit older, and they got Maggie Smith.
I know. Well, that's why I said it.
Let's see. In the 70s, she did.
What's a good 70s Lynn Redgrave?
Okay. In 1975, she was in The Happy Hooker.
Yeah, I mean like a movie I would have.
That you would have seen?
Yeah.
I don't know if you would have seen any of these 70s movies. Let's go to the 80s. She was in The Annihilation of Fish.
Yeah.
She was in...
and you didn't say I couldn't use it, but go ahead.
She was in 2003's Peter Pan.
Oh, that's a shame, because I do like Peter Pan movies.
She was in the...
Who else was in Peter Pan?
In that Peter Pan? Because you remember there was a bunch of Peter Pans.
Yeah.
In that one, Jason Isaacs played Captain Hook. I remember that one. It's not actually that great of a movie.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give you one more movie.
All right.
I think this one you'd be able to run with. You won't know anybody in this movie, but she was in The Big Bus from 1976. But she was in, I thought Gods and Monsters would have done it for you, but She was in Charlie's War.
Yeah. Who all is in Gods and Monsters? I remember that was a real Oscar baity.
Okay, I'll give it. Ian McKellen plays the Nazi.
Yeah, Magneto himself. Is sort of a bust, so Dick Anthony Williams is, you know, is like
He's so low energy.
He's in here for
Yeah.
All right, well, here you go. He's Derville Martin's in 5 on the Black Hand Side with Leonard Jackson. Leonard Jackson is in Boomerang with Halle Berry. Halle Berry is in one of them X-Men with Ian McKellen. And then Ian McKellen is in Gods and Monsters with Lynn Redgrave.
Very good, Vincent.
Yeah, who's next? Who's the next one?
All right.
That was
well done.
Yeah.
Well, it was done.
Yeah, it was done. Who we got?
Let's see if you can do this one.
All right.
In 6 movies or less, connect Derville Martin to Vanessa Redgrave. Yeah. Is that another one that you love? And yet you can't
I love the Redgrave Sisters, but I don't, I can't quite put a finger on. It's like you see them like, oh, yeah. What's the last thing Vanessa was? Is she still alive?
She is 89 years young.
Yeah. What's the last thing Vanessa Redgrave was?
Her last film.
That's a good one too.
That was released because she has a film coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But the last film released was in 2022, The Lost Girls.
Yeah, that got good notes too, and I didn't see it. Yeah, this whole thing is but give me something with Vanessa Redgrave I can work with.
Okay, let me get a good one here for you. Did you see Atonement? Okay. Did you...
Did she do anything fun in the 70s?
In the 70s? Well, let's cycle back to the 70s. Let's see, what kind of fun did she do? Oh, well, this is one of my favorite movies. I forgot she was in this. Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah, we've talked about that because it's like a million damn people in that. Not do another one.
Okay. She was in... There's a lot of British stuff. You didn't see that. She was in... Is this? No, this is a different one. Let's see. Vanessa Redgrave was a star in... The 7% Solution, which is a Sherlock Holmes movie. Howard's End. She won the Academy Award, was nominated for Academy Award.
Yeah. Who else was that in Howard's End? And I saw Howard's End.
Howard's End. That is also with
Vanessa Redgrave and who?
Anthony Hopkins.
Sure, Anthony Hopkins.
And Emma Thompson.
Oh, yeah, Emma Thompson. Yeah.
Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh, Helena Bonham Carter. She's fun. She's fun.
She was in one of your King Kong movies.
I mean, she's in everything that Tim Burton did. Damn near.
Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah. Let's have some fun with her. So, because I always like to talk about this because I never want to miss an opportunity to talk about Marky Mark being a racist dick. because D'Urville Martin is in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with Sidney Poitier.
Mm-hmm.
Sidney Poitier is in Uptown Saturday Night with Rosalind Cash.
Mm-hmm.
Rosalind Cash is in The Omega Man with Charlton Heston.
That's true.
Who, while Charlton Heston also stars in the original Planet of the Apes, he has an extended cameo in Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes
Mm-hmm.
with Helena Bonham Carter,
Yes.
who was dressed up as an ape,
Yes.
and racist ass Marky Mark said that she reminded him of Janet Jackson when she had her makeup on.
Yes.
And then Helena Bonham Carter is in Howard's Inn with Vanessa Redgrave.
That is very true.
There you go.
That is very true. I think I said that she was in a King Kong movie. I meant Planet
You
of
meant
the
Planet
Apes.
of the Apes. I knew you were talking about monkeys,
Yeah.
much like Marky Mark was talking about Janet Jackson
Yes.
and referring to her as a monkey
Yes.
because Helena Bonham Carter had on ape makeup,
Yes.
which is what Marky Mark did.
Mm-hmm. That is exactly what he did.
Never forget that.
On live radio.
Yes. Yes, he did.
I was listening when he said it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So there you go. The Redgrave Sisters.
The Redgrave Sisters. Well, it's done.
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right. And now I invite you, if you're going to be in the Philadelphia area, that you can join Vincent and myself and our good friend Stephanie Watts
Mm-hmm.
on Wednesday, March 18th, as the Micheaux Mission and the Be Real Black Cinema Club get together once again for the Be Real Micheaux screening series at Bryn Mawr Film Institute for Just Another Girl on the IRT. And joining us for this very special screening,
Yes.
not just free pretzels, there will also be the writer-director of the film, Leslie Harris, will be in the building for a very special screening and talk back right after the film. It promises to be a great night. Tickets are going crazy. It is not quite sold out, but it's getting there. So you want to get to brynmarfilm.org to grab your tickets now so you can join us for the Be Real Micheaux screening series, Just Another Girl, on the IRT, Wednesday, March 18th at Bryn Mawr Film Institute. And now it's time for our review of The Annihilation of Fish. The Annihilation of Fish is a 1999 American romance directed by Charles Burnett that stars Lynn Redgrave, James Earl Jones, and Margot Kidder. The synopsis: wistful and lonely Flower Poinsettia Cummings is freshly out of her relationship with the dead composer Giacomo Puccini, while Jamaican immigrant Obadiah Fish Johnson, James Earl Jones, has just been released from a mental institution that cannot cure him of the antagonistic demon that follows him wherever he goes. When the two become neighbors, they embark on an unlikely romance in The Annihilation of Fish. Vincent's selection for this stop on the Micheaux Mission. Vincent, what say you of The Annihilation of Fish?
Well, I think I was teasing you last week. I don't know if we did it on camera or not, where I said that you gave me a gift with Alien, and I was going to give you a gift with Annihilation of Fish. And whether or not you like it, I guess we'll see soon. But I do have to say, the first time I saw this film, I saw it this summer, I said, oh, this really strikes me as something up Lynn's alley.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a real coziness to this film. There's a real light sense of whimsy that it reminds me of the type of production you would catch on PBS or the BBC in the late 70s, going into the 80s, where it was almost just a parlor drama, and drama is very strong. As you mentioned, this is a film about these three older characters who come together and form this unlikely community. And starting there, in a lot of ways, this is a demographic that Charles Burnett, the great Charles Burnett, has visited before. One of our favorite films here as in the Mission, To Sleep with Anger, a film that he makes almost 10 years before this, is about older people.
Yes.
And the way they work with each other, and this sort of theme that life doesn't end when the world tells you it ends. But whereas in The Sleep with Anger, you had the past is never really the past, and the past is vibrant, the past catches up with you. In this film, you get something a lot more intimate, where it tells you life isn't over just because of hurt, just because of loneliness. You can always start anew. You can always start again. As you mentioned, there are three characters. There is Fish, who is a man who has been mentally institutionalized for 10 years when the film started, because he sees visions of a demon.
Yes.
That he wrestles with.
Yeah, and he's not wrestling with the demon. He is literally jumping around.
He is jumping around fighting with this demon. And hold on real quick. And it has gotten so out of control, and because of government cutbacks, he's been set loose.
Yes.
From the institution where he has lived. Lynn Redgrave plays a woman who believes she is having a love affair with the dead composer Puccini, who died in 1920. And her life also unravels. And then the third part of this triad is Margot Kidder's character.
Yes.
Who runs a rooming house that, the assumption is she lived there with her husband before he died, and now she runs this rooming house. And these three people come together. Fish ends up having an affair, or having a love affair, with Poinsettia.
Yes.
And they all kind of fit together. I think the other theme that this film explores is the definition of damaged, the definition of broken. These are three people that I think many of us would look at, and on the face of it, there is, quote unquote, something wrong with them. Margot Kidder's character is a little off. She's keeping alive this weed. She's very adamant about the last name that she has, because she is a widower, and Mrs. Muldroon, and she is very adamant about adding this E to her name. As we mentioned, Fish is wrestling with a demon at inopportune times. When the film opens in the middle of a church service, he falls out and wrestles with this demon. And then Poinsettia, again, believes that she's having a love affair with the ghost of Puccini. And these are people that many of us will look at and say they're crazy. But I think what the film very lovingly explores is the sentiment that they're not crazy. They're just puzzle pieces that haven't found a matching piece. And when they do find the piece, you get a whole. And the three of them again form this beautiful community. Charles Burnett, we've talked about the great Charles Burnett, whether we're talking about The Killer of Sheep, whether we're talking about The Sleep with Anger, again, two films that we both love. And I think Charles Burnett is in great form in this film, just his direction, just on the level of direction. I think the performances, which I'll talk about in a moment, that he pulls out of these three characters is wonderful with all three of the actors. I think his shot composition, I think the blocking, just the way he establishes place is wonderful. He does this wonderful move, this sort of narrative, this storytelling, where both Fish and Poinsettia, before they come to this rooming house, you have all of these far shots where you see the two characters outside, and you can feel the loneliness. You can feel how big the world is.
Yeah.
With them by themselves. They move into this rooming house, and immediately the shots are very tight, very close, again, conveying this coziness, conveying this intimacy, conveying this warmth. But then, as Fish and Poinsettia begin to fall for one another, and they go back out into the world, the shots shift, and you see the beauty of the world when you have someone to share it with.
Right.
There's a wonderful sequence where Fish and Poinsettia are out in the rain. It's actually the cover of the Criterion edition of this, where the two of them have umbrellas. And Fish is in all black. You know, he's wearing a bow tie. He almost looks like he has on a tuxedo with this black umbrella, and he's in the foreground. And Poinsettia is in the back wearing this amazingly bright dress and this red umbrella. And somehow both of them stay in the focus. He in the foreground, she in the background. But the way that the shot is, you can see how they're connected. You see this beautiful, wonderful, intimacy and delicacy.
Yeah.
Of these two together. That is wonderful. And you get shots like this throughout. There's a beautiful dance scene. There are wonderful shots of Fish and Poinsettia playing cards together. And it is just wonderful from scene to scene, just from the level of direction. This is a tight film with three actors.
Yeah.
You know, there are other people come in and out as far as the scene needs, but it really is these three actors that hold it. In sort of a metatextual case of casting, at least for me, I forget about Margot Kidder.
Yes.
Like, in my mind, Margot Kidder is eternally Lois Lane. So that it actually threw me a little bit when I saw this woman who is not Margot Kidder from 1978. But time goes on.
Yes.
And this Margot Kidder, this older Margot Kidder, reminded me of why everyone loved Lois Lane. There is a sense of mischief. There is a sense of charm. There is a understated wit.
Yes.
To her, that she is kind of the glue that holds it together. Absolutely loved Margot Kidder. I'll talk about the physicality of James Earl Jones in a moment, but I think there is a physicality to Lynn Redgrave's performance. Not to be condescending or patronizing, but I think that it's actually brave. She's an older woman. I think the way that we judge women by their appearance, Lynn Redgrave is oftentimes wearing a slip, is almost unclothed, and it is not flattering the way we would think about it. But it is so real and so honest that I found it, again, brave.
Okay.
And just her commitment to this role. I think playing someone who is, for lack of a more elegant description, mentally unstable is oftentimes a high wire act.
Yes.
Because it can fall into farce. It can fall into a joke. And there is never a moment where Poinsettia isn't a real human being. with real feelings that you care for. The other side of this equation is James Earl Jones. We've talked about James Earl Jones's physicality in the past, and I love how this leans into James Earl Jones as a big man. He's an older man.
Yes.
But there is still so much physicality here, and just the plot of him wrestling with this demon. He is rolling around on the ground. He is going back and forth across the room.
Yeah, he's throwing himself all over the place. Yeah, yeah.
And this is a thespian. Like, this is like, you can tell he has a background on the stage. Like, just the physicality of James Earl Jones. I have to say, we can talk about his Jamaican accent, how much it is or is not necessary. But man, him saying poinsettia with that deep James Earl Jones voice, I said, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're Jamaican. If it's just to hear you say poinsettia, it charmed the absolute hell out of me. I appreciated the sexuality that these older characters had. And, you know, I think as film goers, I think as people who are familiar with plot and everything, I do think there's at least for me, where I kept waiting for the other shoe to drop. I kept waiting for this to get overly serious. I kept waiting for there to be some tragedy. And slight spoiler, there isn't.
No.
There's complication. There's plot development. But again, I think there's a real sweetness. There's a real warmth. There's a real coziness. So that when this went off, to circle back to, and, you know, I hope it didn't offend you. Like I hope you're not about to tell me you hated this movie. It reminded me so much of how I think about your likes and dislikes. Like I said, this felt like a warm cup of tea. Like I
All
did.
you need is a cookie.
All you needed was a cookie. So that I really, really fell in love with this film.
I want to start with Margot Kidder, because, you know, I'm looking at the movie and I'm seeing, like, she's third billed, Margot Kidder. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm sitting back and I'm watching a movie, and I'm watching it, but I'm like, where's Margot Kidder? And at one moment, this woman who runs this boarding house, she said, I don't remember what she said, but she said something, and the way her head kind of tilted up, no, she tilted down, and with her eyes looking up at James Earl Jones as she said it. And I said, that's Margot Kidder. The other elderly person in this movie is Margot Kidder. And just like you, she has been carbon dated as Lois Lane for as long as I can remember. And I think it also probably doesn't help in that way, because Christopher Reeves died so young as well. So you almost see the two of them together as Clark Kent and Lois Lane. Because the whole time I'm watching this movie, I'm like, okay, well, Margot Kidder's going to play Lynn Redgrave's daughter. She's going to come in, and complications will ensue.
Come blowing in here.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I'm like, and by the time she makes this look at James Earl Jones, the movie's probably a third of the way in. So I'm like, boy, they're really waiting for Margot Kidder. She's just going to come. I'm like, oh my God, that's Margot Kidder. I'm like, oh, wow. And don't get me wrong, I was liking that character all along anyway. But then when I realized it's Margot Kidder, well, now I love this character.
Right.
Because you're right. She's not in the movie a whole lot. You know, you kind of like lose her story for a little bit, but I think that's very purposeful.
Mm-hmm.
But when she comes back in, she's a welcome sight to come back in, you know, and joyfully like just starts playing with everyone, right? But she's not in the movie because the movie it's about Fish and Poinsettia. That's who it's about. We are introduced to James Fish in the beginning, Obadiah Fish. We introduced to him in the beginning in a very like almost heartbreaking way that he has to leave this home that he's known for 10 years, which yes is probably still later in his life, but still like you figure, all right, this is where I'm going to be,
right?
You know, but no, I've got to start all over. So that is really heartbreaking. There's a scene where he's leaving the institution, and there's this young woman who obviously lives there, and she is bawling her eyes out and shaking, and he reaches out and touches her hand, you know, like, you know, hey, I'm going to be okay a little bit. So it's very heartbreaking. But wait, there's more, because then you're introduced to Lynn Redgrave.
Yeah.
And you realize, like, whoa, what is her deal? Because she's walking around. It's like, I don't know if you remember the old movie Harvey, where Jimmy Stewart is walking around with an unseen 6-foot tall rabbit.
Right.
Poinsettia is walking around. She's talking to this Puccini.
Mm-hmm.
She's at the movie theaters. She's everywhere, just talking to herself. She's watching this kabuki theater, and she's singing in the middle of it, singing to Puccini, whereas everybody is. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with Lynn Redgrave in this freaking movie? But the one thing that I have always appreciated about Lynn Redgrave when I've seen her is, of the Redgrave sisters, she's the one that seemed to not take herself too seriously. With all due respect to Vanessa Redgrave, who's a phenomenal actress, I think Lynn Redgrave can give her run for her money if she wants to. But she likes to have a good time. That's why she had a TV comedy in the 80s that I remembered. I was like, I remember liking her. Boom. And then seeing her in this, and you're right, I don't necessarily think it's. I hear what you're saying about the bravery of her performance, but I just actually looked at it as, wow, look what can happen when you give these older actors a moment to just be somebody, not just be the old person in the film. Right. I'm just this. I am just Poinsettia in this film. James Earl Jones. I am Fish in this film. Right. And see how much life they still have in them that they can bring to these performances. With all due respect to James Earl Jones, who I think is great in this movie, I think that he's still, outside of when he's called to do the like wrestle him with himself a little bit, he still comes off a little bit of like James Earl Jones. Maybe it's the voice. Maybe it's, you know, you just can't get away from he's this big man. Yeah. You know? But Lynn Redgrave, she is a mess in this movie. She's got mental health issues. She's a bit of an alcoholic. Yeah. Who stays plastered drunk outside of his apartment door throughout this movie. She's got problems. But these two people find one another. Mm-hmm. And I think another reason why this movie stands out and feels a little bit out of time is because in 1999, the year 2000, it's made in 1999, it comes out in 2000, they ain't making movies like this anymore.
No.
Not in the theaters.
No.
Not in the theaters. Where these two older actors, 3 with Margot Kidder, are able to just be fully formed individuals playing on screen.
Yeah.
Having a ball, playing on screen. And you talk about how they're sexual with one another, their romance with one another. They are, and this movie easily could have played into the stereotype of one doesn't want to truly reveal themselves to another,
right?
Or like you said, you're waiting for there's a moment where James Earl Jones, he's falling down the steps and you have to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, well, here you go.
Here it is.
Here it is.
Right. Here's the tragedy.
Here's the cough that you're always waiting for.
Right.
But no.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, well, they're going to be okay. And it's just the exploration of how do you find someone that you can still find someone that you can still, even at this later stage in life, not only find someone, but you can grow yourself and with someone.
Right.
And I thought that was so encouraging, such a beautiful story to tell. I think you're right, Charles Burnett. This is definitely fertile ground for him to explore. And I actually, because it was him, I'm also waiting for, okay, this is going to get a little macabre.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, you're waiting for the darkening to come around the edges, but it never ever comes.
No.
And I don't know what I welcome that. I'm happy for that. There is a lightness, a playfulness to this movie that makes it very welcoming, very engaging. You're right. There are beautiful scenes as they come together and their world widens along with the aperture of the camera. There's a beautiful scene of them just, rowing down the river. Yeah. Under the bridge, and all these young people just taking them in. It is oh fuck. I was just talking the other day with someone about my mom. And my mom kept every card that my dad ever gave her. Yeah. Kept them in she had a scrapbook for them and actually cut them in half so you didn't have to pull them out. You could see the front and the inside. And just now thinking about them rowing down that in that boat. This movie it's that card. It's them giving each other this card at this stage in life that you can still find love. You can still find togetherness, someone to be with, to walk, and that will take you as you are. Yeah. You need me to referee this wrestling match between you and this demon? Right. Well, I got you. Matter of fact, I'm tired of this demon. Take it. I'm going to shoot the demon. Look. I was like, what?
Look.
First of all, poinsettia don't need to ever have a gun.
Look, man, again, you're talking about him falling down the steps. He is in the midst throughout the film of building Noah's Ark with some matches.
Oh, yes.
Every time he lit one of those matches, I said, well, this is a moment where they start a fire. And at one point, there is a fire, but it just burns down the boat. They call it Chekhov's gun because it is a gun. As soon as she goes and buys the gun, you think, well, this is where It happens. But the irony is, it's almost like speaking of Superman, the cliche of the last Superman film where they said, kindness is the new punk rock.
Yeah.
Like, this sort of gentleness is the real. Like, this is the way to really kind of be cutting edge. Like, you really want to be cutting edge. If you really want to be taken seriously, you choose kindness. Like, you choose this sort of gentleness, and you're right. It's just an exploration. And to your point about you can always start over, like, all three of them have these challenges represented.
Yes.
I love the final moment where they show that all three of them have buried their demons.
Yes.
In the case of Fish, literally buried his demon. And they've all moved on. I love the fact they're still going to live in the rooming house. There's a part where Fish gets sick.
Yes.
And the doctor comes to check on him, says he has pneumonia. We need to take him to the hospital. And he says, do all three of y'all live here alone? And it's like, no, we're not alone.
That's right.
We have each other. We are a community. It is.
And you see the doctor gets like a little squirrely look on his face.
Right.
Like, y'all three by yourselves?
Right. We're not by ourselves. We're with each other. And we have figured out a way that this works.
Yep. Yeah. It's a beautiful movie.
Oh, score.
It's a beautiful movie.
I knew you'd like it.
I do.
I did. I watched it this summer. I said, oh, Lynn would love this. I did. Because, again, speaking to our earlier conversation and just generalize, and the impetus for this podcast, frankly, this is a film that was lost.
Yeah.
Because it couldn't find a distributor.
That's right.
Because it was shown at, I think, the Toronto Film Festival.
Yes, TIFF.
And a critic from Variety didn't get it.
Nope.
And panned it.
Yep. And thus nobody went for it.
And thus no one went for it. Now, understand, this is in 1999. This is after A Killer Sheep. This is after To Sleep with Anger. We'll talk about The Glass Shield next week, even if The Glass Shield wasn't a huge critical darling. Like, this is Charles Burnett. But this one man's review carried enough weight that this thing was gone until a few years ago.
I think like 2005 or something.
Right, and now it's sort of, since that time, gained the prestige and the respect that it should have been, because it's Charles Burnett. Yeah. And in full disclosure, I didn't know about this film. I didn't know this film existed. When it came on the, God knows I've thrown rocks at the Criterion Channel in the past, so now I'll give them their flowers. When this came on the Criterion Channel, there was a lot of pomp and circumstance about it. I was like, oh my God, it's a Charles Burnett film that I don't know about. And I watched it this summer and fell in love with it.
Yeah, it's a charming film.
Yeah, but again,
it's a charming film. It only because of the subject matter, it being this exploration of these elderly characters, does it feel like a Charles Burnett film. It really doesn't feel like a Charles Burnett film, which I can understand. Maybe that may be part of the reason why. I would imagine there are probably hardcore Charles Burnett people who don't know about it.
Let's put a pin in that.
Okay.
Because my question when we watch The Glass Shield in a few weeks, what exactly does a Charles Burnett film feel like?
Good question.
Because I'm going to contend, I think the esteemed Mr. Burnett is a bit of a chameleon.
Okay.
But like you said, I do think, and then part of the reason, again, you just feel like something's going to happen is because this is this To Sleep with Anger, Charles Burnett? But where that one had this darkness, when you talk about the supernatural, this one had a bit of whimsy. Like, I know you notice, like, we keep talking about Fish is imagining wrestling with this demon, and it's a figment of his imagination. But you notice every time he threw him out the window, the bushes moved.
The bushes moved. That's right.
The bushes moved.
That's right. That's right.
So,
but I mean, but hey, at the end of Harvey lets himself out of the institution to continue with Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah. So,
I love Harvey.
Yeah.
So would you recommend that people see The Annihilation of Fish?
I would. Not only would I recommend people see it, but oftentimes this tension that comes from you don't know what's going to happen in the film is something that I support. Like, oftentimes I don't want people to know what's going to happen. This is my second time watching it today. And because I knew nothing bad was going to happen, I could just luxuriate in it. I am letting you know nothing bad is going to happen. Like, again, there are going to be these moments, like there's literally a gun. And it's like, oh, Chekhov is pointing at the, and again, there's Fish is going to get sick. And like you said, we've seen people cough before. But no. It really is just a beautiful exploration and a beautiful showcase for 3 actors.
Yes.
Who people would say were past their prime, and they're letting you know we're not.
Not at all. Not at all.
And you?
I would recommend that people see The Annihilation of Fish. I think it's a beautiful film. I think it is a lovely story. And a bit of a throwback to a type of films that they don't make anymore. At least not in for theaters.
Right.
But I think they should.
Okay.
They should.
Well, there you go.
So yes, I would recommend The Annihilation of Fish. Go check that out. Before we tell you what we're going to be reviewing next week here on the Micheaux Mission, I invite you to follow the Micheaux Mission. 2 men, 1 podcast, every black film ever made. You can go to our website where you can check out all of the special events that we have coming up. You can buy new swag. You can find out what is up with the Micheaux Mission.
What is up with the Micheaux Mission?
You can also email us at micheauxmission@gmail.com. Let your thoughts be heard right here on the Micheaux Mission. You can follow the Micheaux Mission wherever you find podcasts, Apple, Spotify, or YouTube at Micheaux Mission. Wherever you do, please subscribe, like, follow, ring the bell, be notified of when we go with our new shows. Be notified of when we're going to be coming out with something special. And please tell a friend about the show. That really helps us, get more listeners, get more viewers. Give us a 5-star rating and a review. That helps as well. And if you want to do something a little bit extra, then you can go to patreon.com at Micheaux Mission, where just $5 gets you three monthly exclusive podcasts right here from the Men of Micheaux and our good friend Ariel Johnson. And everyone that gives to Patreon really helps us with all of the initiatives that we have going over here at Micheaux Central.
Yes. Thank you. We appreciate you so much.
The Micheaux Mission is also a proud member of the Believe Podcast Network. Believe, BLEAV.com. Every sport, every topic, everywhere. The Micheaux Mission is also brought to you right out of the beautiful studio of Anga Studio. And if you are in the Philadelphia area or even virtually through Riverside and want to book some time with the beautiful people here at Anga Studio, go to angastudio83.com and make it happen. I understand, Vincent, that for Women History Month, that all women-led projects get 50% off of all podcast services at Anga Studio.
Ooh, ladies first.
Ladies first. Make it happen. AngaStudio83.com. Or you can find them on Instagram. I believe they're there too. All right, next week here on the Micheaux Mission, it is my turn. And Vincent, I perhaps have a gift for you.
Ooh, I love all this gift giving.
Actually, I don't know. I've never seen the film, but
Okay.
it looks lovely.
Okay.
And it stars two of our favorite actresses,
Okay.
Alfre Woodard
Yeah, absolutely.
and Loretta Devine,
Oh, those are two of our favorite actresses.
in a film also from 1999,
Oh.
also about an older woman
Oh, I love it.
trying to restart her life a little bit. Alfre Woodard is the lead star in Funny Valentines.
Oh, very nice. Looking forward to that.
So am I. And so should you. Next week, here on the Micheaux Mission. Until then, he's Vincent, I'm Lynn, and in parting we say,
We'll see you when it's time to meet again.